Good evening and welcome to Dateline. Tonight on Dateline, we'll be going nostalgic, bringing back to our memories the activities of the governor, Senator Adeleke, during the past week. We will also be taking a report at the alarm raised by the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, concerning the infiltration of terrorists and bandits into the town and the southwest region, and the steps that should be taken to actually curtail the situation. It promises to be refreshing. Good evening once again. Welcome to Deadline. My name is Oluchi Amuda. But first, the hard news segment. Governor Ademola Adeleke is rekindling the hope of good governance as demonstrated by the likes of Chiefs Obafemi Awolowo, Bola Ige, and others, whose legacies became indelible in the history of Nigeria's democratic sojourn. The President of Osun Baptist Conference, Reverend Bumi Obalade, stated this at a Thanksgiving service marking the 2025 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. Saheed Adeboje has the details.
Service chiefs and notable members of the public gathered at the Dada Estate Baptist Church, Osogbo, for a special Thanksgiving marking the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. In his sermon, the President of Osun Baptist Conference, Reverend Olubunmi Obalade, recalled the need to foster peace, unity, and fairness that led to the death of several soldiers during the Civil War. Reverend Obalade noted that those who survived the war and those who lost their lives for unity and fairness should be celebrated, noting that Governor Ademola Adeleke is demonstrating a good governance in Osun State. The cleric said that his human and community development reconduces the hope of the country having a better government from what was obtainable in the past.
Vision makes people to be persons of legacy. Vision makes people to be unforgettable, particularly when you are able to prosecute the vision. We encourage you. Can we craft vision that will make development a GT in our own state?
In his address, Governor Ademola Adeleke appreciated the gallantry of those who lost their lives and those who sustained varied degree of injuries in the name of having a peaceful nation. The governor, who spoke through his deputy, Prince Kola Adewusi, said that his administration will always contribute to the welfare of those alive among them and the families of the departed. He called on individuals to always remember the effort of the fallen heroes and always play their part in ensuring a nation where no one is oppressed. There were prayers for Osun State government and the fallen heroes. For OSBC News, this is Saeed Adeboje reporting.
Nigeria has attracted $7.6 billion in investment interest at the African Investment Forum held in Rabat, Morocco. The announcement was made by the president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, in a post on his X account. Adesina expressed optimism about the potential impact of investment interest, highlighting the participation of several Nigerian state governors at the forum. The African Investment Forum, established by the African Development Bank and its partners, serves as a platform to accelerate investment into projects across the continent. Meanwhile, the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Oluwatoyin Madden, says the delay in the federal government's 2022 consolidated financial statement was due to difficulties reconciling the Consolidated Revenue Fund bank statement with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Dr. Madden stated this during an oversight visit by the House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts to the Treasury House in Abuja. According to a press release by the Director of Press at the Office of the Accountant General, Bawa Mokwa, Madden stated that since assuming office in May 2023, the government had successfully prepared and audited its financial statements up to December 31 last year. The direct revenue allocation to local government is set to commence as a dedicated unit is now in place in the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation to handle direct disbursement of funds to the 774 local governments across the country. The development is in view of the planned financial autonomy for the third tier of government, which takes effect this month. The first meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee for this year has been scheduled for next week, with operational details for direct fund allocations to the local governments expected to feature prominently. You're welcome to our commercial segments.
It's the Glow Festival of Joy, and it's spreading exciting prizes. Oh, for 120 days, we take it to the max. Mind-blowing, loaded prizes. Take turn winning a tear rubber Toyota Prado by recharging up to 100,000 naira. And Sister T winning a Cha-Cha Kia Picanto by recharging up to 50,000 naira.
Yes, the gifts are unloading joy all over Nigeria.
From Toyota Prados to Kia Picantos, Keke Napets, generators, sewing machines, and even grinding machines. Just dial *611#. Choose your prizes, recharge the value for the month, and you too can win.
Oh, you too can win, oh.
You are welcome back. Key players in the Nigerian justice system have scored the courts, lawyers, and the government low over the prolonged trial of some former state governors, ministers, and other Nigerians for acts of corruption several years after they were arraigned in courts. Speaking with newsmen on the issue, the Director of Justice and Human Rights Reforms Initiative, David Babajide, and a professor of law, Ernest Ojukwu, SAN, criticized lawyers for significantly contributing to delays in prosecuting criminal cases in court. They expressed sadness at the failure of the Nigerian criminal justice system to indeed dispense fair and timely justice, as they accused some of the country's senior lawyers of facilitating corruption by undermining the prosecution of corrupt individuals. The duo called on the Nigerian Bar Association to investigate and discipline ethically challenged lawyers found to be involved in manipulating the judiciary. In the meantime, the federal government, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Osun, has appealed to the federal government to shelve the idea of abolishing the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund. The Owerri zone of the union, comprising 5 universities in Anambra, Abia, and Imo states, said scrapping TED Fund would give private universities the room to thrive more than public universities. Addressing reporters at the ASU Secretariat of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, ORCA, the ASU coordinator of Owerri zone, Professor Dennis Aribodo, said the union would discuss with the National Assembly on the issue. The union urged all stakeholders in the education project, particularly the National Assembly, the Senate President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, to do all within their capacity to protect TED Fund from being abrogated under the Nigerian Tax Bill 2024. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SIRAP, has filed a lawsuit against President Bola Tinubu's administration and Nigeria's 36 governors at the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice in Abuja. The suit challenging the alleged misuse of the Cyber Crimes Amendment Act 2024 to suppress freedom of expression and violate human rights, particularly those of activists, journalists, bloggers, and social media users. In a statement issued in January this month, SIRAP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, explained that the provisions of the amended act remain vague, arbitrary, and repressive, enabling authorities to criminalize legitimate expression and restrict media freedom. The ECOWAS court ruled on March 25, 2022, that Section 24 of the Regional Cyber Crimes Act 2015 was arbitrary, vague, and repressive. Nigerian military personnel have been explicitly banned from engaging in homosexuality, lesbianism, bestiality, cross-dressing, and other activities considered against the ethics of the armed forces. Service members are also prohibited from body piercing, tattooing, disorderly conduct, drunkenness, on or off duty, and amorous relationship with subordinates or their spouses. These directives are outlined in Section 26 of the revised Harmonized Armed Forces Terms and Conditions of Service approved by President Bola Tinubu in December last year. The rules extend to financial and legal obligations requiring officers to pay dues such as vehicle licenses and insurance promptly as failing to meet the obligations or issuing due checks is classified as a serious offense. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Alhaji Mahmood Adeshina, has been banned as the first Wazirul Muslimin of Ifon Osun. The new Wazirul pledged his continued support for the propagation of Islam by making the Quran and Hadith his guiding principles. Here are the details.
History was made in Ifon Osun, in the Rolu local government area of Osun State, as an illustrious son of the town and senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, Alhaji Mahmood Adeshina, was banned as the first Wazirul Muslimin of the town. The epoch-making event held at the Olufon's Palace had brought together dignitaries from far and near, including notable Islamic scholars from across the country, leaders of Islamic organizations, traditional rulers, political leaders, families, friends, and well-wishers. In his remarks, the Olufo of Ifon Orulu Kingdom, Oba Peter Ipadiola Akinyoye III, expressed appreciation to the sons and daughters of Ifon Orulu for their support towards the throne and in the development of the town, as the people have remained united despite their religious differences. He admonished the newly banned Wazirul to continue to uphold the tenet of Islam, which is a religion of peace. Speaking with newsmen after being banned by the Chief Imam of Osogbo and Chairman League of Imam and Alfas in Osun State, Sheikh Musa Animashawan, the new Wazirul Islamin of Ifon Orulu Kingdom, Alhaji Mahmood Adeshina, expressed appreciation to Allah and to the Islamic community for their immense support and for finding him worthy of such an exalted position. He promised to continue to promote the propagation of Islam by making the Quran and the Hadith his guiding principles.
What will be my guiding principle are two things: Quran and Hadith. I will not do anything except in compliance with the Holy Quran and Hadith of the Prophet.
In his lecture at the event, the guest speaker Sheikh Imran Abdul Majid Eleha explained that the position of Wazirul comes with enormous responsibilities and a call to service. He encouraged the Wazirul to use his new position for the unification of all the Islamic sects in the Southwest. There were goodwill messages from the former governor of Osun State and former Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, the former governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Sani Yerima, the chairman of the day, Alhaji Awa Ibrahim, among others. The event also featured fundraising for the completion of the mosque. Oluchi.
Several people were reportedly killed in an airstrike in Kakanjawa village, Maradon local government area of Zamfara State. A resident of the area, Garba Mao, told newsmen that the incident occurred as local vigilantes were heading to assist neighbors in Tungakara village, which had come under attacked by bandits. According to him, the vigilante group mobilized after receiving reports of bandits rustling livestock and attempting to abduct villagers. He alleged that 16 people, including his own son, were killed in the airstrike. You're welcome to our sports segments. The stage is set for an intense CAF Champions League encounter between MC Algiers and TP Mozambique as both teams clear up for their group stage mates. The game, scheduled for January 10, has generated significant excitement, with fans already lining up to purchase tickets for the anticipated showdown. Speaking ahead of the match, MCA head coach Khalid Ben Yahia emphasized the importance of securing victory to solidify the team's position in the championship. However, TP Mozambique head coach Lamem Ndiaye acknowledged the challenges of the fixture, but remained optimistic about his team's chances. On the foreign scene, Sudan's military and its allies have taken back a strategic city from the rebel Rapid Support Force. The recapture of the city of Wade Madani, the capital of Gezira province, came more than a year after it fell to the RSF. Wade Madani had previously been a safe haven for displaced families in the early months of the war. The conflict in Sudan started in April 2023 when simmering tensions between the leaders of the military and RSF exploded into open fighting in the capital, Khartoum, and other cities across the sprawling northeastern African countries. The conflict had killed more than 28,000 people, forced millions to flee their homes, and left some families eating grass in a desperate attempt to survive a famine-swept parts of the country. It has been marked by gross atrocities, including ethnically motivated killings and rape, according to United Nations and human rights groups. We'll now go on a short break. Dateline continues. Please stay tuned. You're welcome back to Dateline Proper. Governor Adeleke's week was full of activities aimed at taking the state to the next level. Governor's office correspondent Oluwatobi Odunoga is our guide.
Top government officials joined the Legion of the Nigeria Army to celebrate the fallen and surviving heroes who fought for the unity of the country. Osun State Local Government Service Commission was the venue of the launching of Appeal Fund, emblem, and decoration of Osun State Governor. Addressing the gathering, Governor Adeleke said that the event symbolizes the depth of national gratitude to the service personnel who engage in the most fatal of all national service in the defense of the territorial integrity of Nigeria and maintenance of internal cohesion. Governor Adeleke, who spoke through his deputy Prince Kola Adeusi, saluted the courage, gallantry, and self-immolation of officers and men of the military. Paying a glowing tribute to the dead among them, the governor also recalled the many members of the armed forces who were wounded and incapacitated in the course of their national duty. The governor noted that it is time the nation devised a permanent, robust funding and financing formula on the security veteran issues.
We should act on resolving outstanding welfare issues with the veterans and their families. Those who lay down their lives for us to preserve ours deserve lasting attention from all levels of state structures and institutions.
Earlier in his address, the Legion chairman in Osun State, Comrade Peter Oladipo, expressed gratitude to Governor Ademola Adeleke for not compromising any issue relating to veterans and fallen heroes. Comrade Oladipo, who reminded the state government of some of the challenges facing the Legion, appealed to every Nigerian to donate generously in the cause of making life meaningful for the families of the fallen heroes and the upkeep of those with scars of war. The program climaxed with the decoration of some personalities with the 2025 Armed Force Remembrance Day emblem.
In a symbolic recognition of service and dedication to duty, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke decorated 5 newly promoted officers of the Nigerian Police Force serving at the Osun State Government House. The ceremony, held at the banquet hall of the Osun State Government House in Osogbo, the state capital, was described as a testament to the state's commitment to security and professionalism in policing. The officers honored during the event included Mr. Kazim Adefisoye, who was promoted to the rank of Chief Superintendent of Police, CSP, Mr. Kehinde Unisa, promoted to the Superintendent of Police, SP, and Mrs. Bemisola Adeyemi, Mr. Mumini Waid, and Mr. Muiwa Awugbade, all elevated to the rank of Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP. In his remarks, shortly after decorating the gallant officers, Governor Adeleke congratulated the officers on their well-deserved promotions, attributing their success to the hard work, discipline, and commitment to ideals of the Nigerian Police Force. The governor, who noted that The newly promoted officers are proving themselves as officers of integrity and professionalism, urged them to see the promotion as a call to higher responsibility and service to the people. The governor further highlighted the importance of the ceremony in motivating officers to deliver on their mandate of maintaining peace and order in the state.
It's good to be polite in everything that you do. You have to be professional. So first thing, your appearance. Second is for you to be polite. You still achieve the same result. But you have also got, and of course, this reward that you're getting. And I know you're not going to stop here. By the special grace of God, you will be Deputy Commissioner of Police. Commissioner of Police.
In a special note of appreciation, Governor Adeleke lauded CSP Kazim Adefisoye, SP Kehinde Unisa, DSP Gbemisola Adeyemi, DSP Mumini Waid, and DSP Muiwa Awogbade for their exemplary leadership and unwavering commitment to duty at all times, saying their promotion is not just a recognition of their efforts, but also as an inspiration to others in the force. Furthermore, Governor Adeleke commended the proactive actions of the Nigerian police and other security agencies in combating crime in the state, praising their efforts and called for enhanced interstate intelligence sharing to improve policing. Speaking on behalf of the decorated officers, CSP Kazim Adefisoye expressed gratitude for the support and encouragement they have received and pledged to uphold the principles of justice and fairness in their roles.
Excellency Senator Dr. Adeleke, for immense love and support towards us. On behalf of what once again, I say thank you.
Present at the gathering were the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Osun State Police Command, Mr. Bola Adebisi, Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumi Jenyo, Special Advisor on Security, Mr. Samuel Ojo, Oludo of Ido Osun, Oba Jokotola Olayinka, among others. It has been Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting.
Many thanks to you, Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga and Said Adeboje, for those reports there. Moving on. Governors of the Southwest region of Nigeria have been admonished to be extra vigilant and put in proper structures in securing the region. The admonition is coming against the backdrop of the alarm raised by Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State about the influx of bandits and terrorists into the state. Dateline examines the implications of the security challenges in the Southwest region.
Raised by the Oyo State government, Engineer Seyi Makinde, on the influx of bandits fleeing military operations in the northwest into the state through its borders and their subsequent movement to other parts of the Southwest region has been generating reactions among Nigerians. The outburst of Governor Makinde is also coming on the heels of the warning issued by the Niger State government to residents of some communities in the states, urging them to avoid going to farms to prevent them from falling victims of improvised explosive devices planted by bandits, adding that the military must first clear the suspected mine-laden areas before locals can resume movement. The security challenges in different parts of the country have been attributed to one of the major reasons Nigeria is having food crisis and majority of the citizens living below poverty level. While reacting to this development, an analyst, Comrade Michael Ebofi, stated that it is not enough for Governor Seyi Makinde to raise alarm on the security challenges in the region, but urgent actions must be taken by the governors in the Southwest, most especially in the area of intelligence gathering and the effective manning of the state's borders to ensure that people are protected at all times. Comrade Ebofi also spoke on the need to involve the services of traditional rulers in the fight against insecurity.
That is why state governors must really be on their feet to carry out their intelligence gathering, to have intelligence gathering mechanism, strong one, that can even be very, very important in handling the security issues. And other thing is carrying along the royal fathers. The problem being there is that some of these governors have abandoned the roles of these royal fathers, these local heads, community heads. They abandon them, saying, what would they offer? What can they do? Whatever is happening. You understand? There are so many things that are happening. But by the time we now have so many people that are coming up, giving information, and they work with the information. But some other people, they have information, but they are scared giving this information to some of the security agents because they may use it against them.
Similarly, another analyst, Mr. Ayo Aderiniola, stated that immediate attention must be taken by the government in the region by empowering the regional security outfit codenamed Amotekun to properly secure the region against invaders.
I will advise the federal government to allow the state to convert the Amotekun in the south to state police, so they know their terrain, they know our environment, so they will curb the insecurity in our environment before it escalates. Because if it continues like that, these people are wicked, they are heartless. They are the set of people who cause the problem of food insecurity in Nigeria. I have been to Borno State, I've been to Bauchi State. They are farmers, food are very cheap. But these people now, see the tomato seller, the outside that are planting tomatoes. If you ask them now, they harvest from their farm, the bandits will get money from them. If they refuse to give them money, they will kill them. As a result, majority of them migrated to southern area they'll be doing Okada and little stealing.
In his reaction, the leader of the Nigerian Forest Security Services in Osun State, Alhaji Hamid Nureni, spoke on the need for government to enlist the services of local security outfits, most especially the hunters, to man the forests, which often serve as gateways through which the bandits move to the region. Alhaji Nureni maintained that once the forests are safe, farmers would be able to go to their farmlands without fear, while the challenges of hunger would be a thing of the past.
Another insecurity challenge is on its way to Nigeria and Southwest entirely. But what I really think that can be the solution for the insecurity, this is the time to introduce local security, most especially hunters, so that if the government can mobilize hunters to our forests, I think this can cover the insecurity in our state. So this is a time for the government, federal, the state government, and all the harbors to bring in the hunters because of our farmers. We cannot go farm freely. We cannot go to harvest our crops in our farms. So I use this opportunity to appeal to federal government and the state government to bring in the hunters to mobilize to our forests.
The respondent called for concerted efforts and effective collaboration among all the security agencies in the country to combat insecurity and make Nigeria a safe place for all. They also advised the Southwest governors to invest heavily in agriculture to ensure food security and sustainable development.
And that ends Dateline on OSBC TV. It was produced by Papa Tunde Bolatito. The production assistant is Lobeth Awolola. My name is Oluchi Amuda. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Tó bá jẹ́ kó kọ̀ wá ní àṣírí wa ó ti tú. Gbogbo ń tà ń bò títì ni ó wà.